Here's a question for you. So we want to say welcome home. Nothing like homecoming. I often think of homecoming when my family has a homecoming. We all get the same shirts. There's a bunch of food. How many of you understand this kind of homecoming? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a bunch of food. There's always the crazy uncle that comes. There's always stories that are being told in the history about how you got here. And that's kind of what we did today, how you got here. So why you started this matters. Why you came this way matters. You only have 168 hours in a week. You sleep 1/3 of them. 7 times 8 is 56. You spend 1/3 of your life asleep. Why do you give so much of your time to this thing called the Rotary? You should ask yourself that question. That should be the first question we should be thinking about today. Why do I devote this time? Why do I leave my family? Why do I spend my money? Why do I do this? What is it that Rotary gives me that I need? Because that's important. Did you know people will give their time and their money providing that the thing they're giving their time and their money to gives them what they want? Question, why did you start this way in the first place? It's just an interesting thought. See, homecoming is more than returning. It's about remembering. Where did we come from? Man, I got to tell you, when I sit down at the elders' feet of my tribe and I learn where the tribe came from and how we struggled, and we're part of the Croatan Nation, and how we're part of the first settlement from Jamestown, and we're part of this nation that traveled the waterways, and it gives me a sense of purpose when I understand my history, when I know where I've come from. But today, shouldn't we talk about where we're going? Shouldn't we spend some time doing that? You don't know this, but I took the liberty to ask some of those people why they joined. I've heard everything from mentorship. Someone in my family told me. See, young professionals are looking for someone to latch onto that is going somewhere to cut my learning curve down, because I want to walk in the shoes you walked in, and the easiest way for me to do that is follow somebody that's done the thing that I want to do. Promise me when these young professionals come to you, you won't give them these war stories. You see, our first Rotary when we met. They probably don't want to hear that. They want to hear how we can have a mutual beneficial relationship together. Yes, tell them the history, but let's not belabor that, because what they want to talk about is where they're going. Now, some of you are saying, but shouldn't we tell them the foundation? You absolutely should, but let's not spend 3 weeks on that. Rotary was never about being in a club. It was about this calling. Before titles and traditions, there was purpose. Titles and traditions sometimes slow up the progress. So, we've talked about this homecoming, right? And Dale said, I want this homecoming. By the way, did you guys see that marching band that came in? Did you guys see the band? Man, I was in the back, man, just going, I love that. I'm trying to figure out who gave Dale permission to walk in front of that band like that. So homecoming, meaning you reigniting the fire. Familiarity can weaken your purpose, and sometimes it will leave it in a place of disarray. How about this? Purpose must be renewed, not assured. There's not a day that I don't get up that I first give gratitude and I have to reaffirm my purpose. I have to make sure that I'm clear on what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I do, just like you do every time we come to Rotary. Every time we gather, we talk about the mission, the purpose, and who we serve. Let's not lose sight of that. See, your energy influences the room. Some of you have that type of energy that when you walk in, you light up the room. And to you, I say, don't stop being who you are, because we need you. We feed off you. You might be the torch that we reach over and stick our flame to, because we're feeling like the world has beat us down. Some of you are that you bring hope. You bring hope to us all, because you always have a smile on your face. We don't know what's going on, but you give us hope. To you, I say, please continue the work that you're doing. Bring that fresh new fire. Isn't it time for us to renew our purpose, our passion, our calling? Isn't it time for us to turn on the fire? Nothing in life happens for the man with the wrong attitude, but everything is a possibility for the people with the right attitude. And that is you. That is who I'm talking to this morning. That is the reason I drove from Baltimore, Maryland to come to tell you that I believe in you. You must believe in yourself. It's time for us to take the next mantle of leadership. You've been here too long. It's time we take the next step. So I want to now talk to you about this thing of diversity. And let me start by saying diversity has nothing to do with skin color. See, diversity, by nature of its word, diversity, die is from the Greek, the original Greek where that word comes from. It means this: our characteristic differences. You can have 100 Native Americans in a room and have such diversity, it'd be unbelievable. Some will wear glasses, some will be on reservation, some wouldn't. Some would be below the poverty line, some wouldn't. Some would receive medical attention from some government agency, and some would have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. See, it's the characteristic differences that I want to speak to, not the color of someone's skin, not their age, not their ethnicity. I'm far beyond that, and I'd ask us to move past that too. Let's move to this station where we look at the characteristic differences. And so that can sometimes be interesting for us to think that someone that doesn't look like us, talk like us, think like us, could be part of such a great thing called Rotary. But yes, they can, given the opportunity. Stronger ideas come from broader visions. If you think you've got the market covered on good ideas, I'd ask you to change the way you think. Representation builds belonging. And the word belonging simply means this: when I walk through those doors, do I feel like this is for me? At this stage in my life, I don't want to be at the table. I just want to make sure the right people are at the table, because I don't need a seat. I just need to make sure the right people are there. And so no matter where you're at in your walk of life, maybe you need to be at the table. If you do, sit there proudly, sit there honorably, sit there ready to serve, because this is what it's all about. The question I'd ask you is, what do you need to change there about the way you think? See, oftentimes we're not willing to give people a chance. But I would ask you to go back and remember, did someone give you a chance? Was someone patient with you? Yeah, you've been doing this 442 years. You was here when the first Rotary met. But the question is, what will we do going forward? Let's strengthen our diversity. Let's strengthen our characteristic resolve. Let's strengthen our communities. We need more compassion. Seeing people that are in need should do something to our hearts. It really should. And if it doesn't, you should ask yourself, why doesn't my heart feel this sensation when I see need? Do we need more leadership? I don't know. Probably not. We just need to exercise the leadership we're at. If you're not exercising your leadership mantle, people are watching and you're losing respect by the minute, because they know you are built for greatness, but yet you're walking through mediocrity. And we're asking ourselves why. Who are you today? Where are you at? Where are my leaders at? Don't raise your hand, but where are my leaders at that are ready to step up? You've been sitting on the side too long. This is not your home anymore. You belong in the game. People act now. That's what we're looking for. Why are you wasting time? Because there's three things that we do with time. We spend it, we invest it, or we waste it. Folks, listen to me. Please come close. You weren't meant for the comfort zone. You were meant to accomplish. Move now with more influence, realizing your purpose. Have more power to apply to do the things you know need to be done. Have more opportunity than you think now, because you do. Opportunity abounds within us. It's just, do we see it? And then lastly, I should tell you this. Thank you for participating today. Thank you for what you do for the Rotary. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for the impact you're making. Thank you for the impact you're going to make. Thank you for what you're going to do on Monday. Thank you for the next club that's going to meet next week, and you're going to be so inspired. Thank you for the person that's going to leave here and be on fire and attract other people around you. Thank you. Thank you to the leadership. Thank you for coming. Folks, my name is Milton Hunt, and I've enjoyed my time with you here today. Thank you very much.